Hey there, my friends. What's going on? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And yes, happy post Memorial Day. Thank you to all of our veterans, those who have served for our country. We appreciate you. We know we have many of those inside of our community as well. So happy Memorial Day to everybody. And most importantly, what the holiday is for is to remember those who serve. So thank you to anybody who served, and thank you to all the fallen soldiers. um, yes, very important thing as we get ready to talk about internet marketing and making money online and all of these things, to remember what's given us the ability to be able to do that. So all right, well, let's get into it. We have yet another amazing guest. Yes, yet another one. I don't know how we do it. We're just so damn good. No, you're so damn good. I don't know how you all keep doing it. Well, yes, I do. No, wonderful teamwork here. You guys are following instruction, implementing, you're learning, you're launching, you're leading, and it's a beautiful thing. And so with that being said, we have a full-time insurance agent who's escaping burnout by going digital this morning. And we are going to learn all about her story, ups, downs, and all arounds. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Hi,
Welcome. Where are you calling in from?
Wadena, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yes.
Minnesota. One of my favorite shows. Fargo is in Minnesota, isn't it?
No, they're not.
You don't want to take credit for them, huh? You're like, well, no, they're not here.
They're in North
I
Dakota.
I had that's right. I had a wonderful aunt. Have she I believe they moved south, but she used to bring, and she lived in Minnesota. Used to bring me grizzly bear teeth. You ever see any grizzly bears around there?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I know. Scary. I mean, massive things. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Those things can get pretty wild. So stay safe up there from the grizzly bears. Let's talk a little bit about your business. What motivated you to get started here with an online business in the first place? Were you running from the grizzly bears, or was it something different?
Well, it was definitely something different. So what motivated me to get started was back in November of 2023. I had my son and I was working full time. I was completely remote. So the company that I worked for, you were your own independent agent. And so with that, I was, calling, I was creating a list like on a scratch sheet of paper, and then I was calling that list, and I just got sick and tired of just being in that space. And with the company that I worked for, you could always build your own agency. So I was also recruiting people, training those people, and it got to be a lot. And I remember my income dropped drastically just because I had my baby. And so my husband, he took all of that financial stress. And I remember 7 weeks went by, and he was like, okay, like you have to figure something out. And I said, okay, yeah, like you're right. And I remember praying to God, asking God, like, if there's another way, like, please bring it to me. Like, I am all ears. And 2 days later, I got a phone call from a friend of mine who I knew she was going to ask, like, how's everything going? Right. But she always had something to say. And she always had that entrepreneur spirit as well. And so I answered her phone call. It ended up being a 3-hour long conversation. And she mentioned something about affiliate marketing. Well, I went and I looked up affiliate marketing. I had no idea what it was. I'm like, well, what the heck's a funnel? Like, what's an email responder? All the things. And so then I ended up finding a girl on social media. She was on Instagram, and it was actually the same girl that I seen in June of 2023, but I just kind of scrolled past her video because I was like, well, like, you just started a business and you made a lot of money. So I'm like, okay, like, good for you, whatever. And then I ended up finding that same girl, same video. I clicked on her link, and then it was a video of you, Dave, and you were talking about how you went through this long journey of, trying to make a business work work for you and your family. I could really relate to your story when it came to addiction, because my husband, he struggled with addiction. And so I just felt like I could relate to your story. I got started with the $7 business builder challenge, and I ended up just like spending my whole weekend on it. I remember it was a Friday, and I was like, this is what I'm doing. Like, nobody come over. And I just dedicated my time and my effort into that $7 challenge.
Nice. And the rest is internet history, right?
Yes. 4 months later, here we are.
4 months. Yeah. Well, it is exciting when you begin to learn how to take your offline, business, whether that be, because the thing with starting any business is that it's very exciting. And
Yes.
you get into, and I'm talking about your insurance business, for example. Let's go back to the beginning. It's very exciting, right? But then you're excited about the product, and you're excited about the business. You believe in it. You love
Yes.
it. You love the product. You love what it does for people. Most businesses, legitimate businesses, have good products. But then it's like, damn, I don't know anything about marketing.
Right.
I don't know making lists of friends and family on a sheet of paper, or if you want to get fancy, on a spreadsheet. That's not marketing. That's not a good marketing plan. That's called making a list. That's a
Yeah.
to-do list.
And we had to make 1,000, like 1,000 name lists. That's what we had to do. It was exhausting.
Because 1,000's better than 100,
Right.
And I know the company that you're with, and you listed it in your questionnaire, and it's a great company.
Yeah.
It works off of a network marketing model, and it's been around for a very long time, and
Yes,
it's in
they
the
have.
insurance niche, and it's a great company. Most network marketing companies are great companies. I'm a fan of network marketing. I make fun of network marketing because of the things that we do in network marketing, such as the list and chasing friends and family. I used to put sticky notes on gas pumps at gas stations, $100 drop cards that look like $100 bill on the ground. When you picked it up, it had my business information on the other side. It wasn't actually a $100 bill.
That's really smart.
Yeah, well, I thought it was too. I never got a single call, because people were probably pissed. They were like, that's what I thought. I was like,
Yeah.
this is brilliant. Okay, I'm going to spend $250 on 100 business cards, and yeah, I'd go around and I'd be in Walmart or whatever, and I'd just drop one and all. Just, I'm gonna blow this thing up. Never, people probably picked it up and they were like, son of a gun, crap. I don't want lotions, potions, or damn pills. I thought it was $100. I thought I was just about to have a come up. So I was faced with the same dilemma, and many of you are or have been, and you come online and you realize that people are generating leads online. And I did too. And some of these people, all of these people, they were no smarter than me. They were no better or different. They just learned how to do it and how to, use landing pages, capture pages, generate emails, build an email list, run people through a sales funnel, follow up with them, and have and use sales tools such as a video, for God's sakes. When I realized the power of using a video instead of doing the selling and telling all myself, it was just like, mind blown. So, was there something in particular, because you, I believe, went all in, said, hey, I'm going to learn everything here, invested in yourself, invested in your education, invested in the skills, because that's really what you're buying when you're buying education, which is what we sell, whether it be our challenge, whether it be our blueprints. You're buying the opportunity to learn the skill. We're not a business. We're not a network marketing company. We're not a business in a box. We're an education company. So you're buying the opportunity for us to teach you the skills do you remember some particular light bulb that went off, or what was it that got you excited about? What did you see? Did you see yourself being able to do something, or was it the excitement of not having to do something in particular anymore?
Yeah, so it was definitely seeing the fact that, so on Zoom, you're talking to one person and you're telling, like, you're saying like an exact script over and over and over again, getting your tonality, everything like that across. And so the fact that I could create a video and it could go out like one time and tons of people could see it, that was like a big light bulb moment for me. And the fact that when it came to my follow ups, I was following up on the phone. I was calling people. I had a list. I'm like, oh, I haven't talked to this person in a while. I'm going to call them and see how they're doing. And so the fact that I could have an email responder that could do all of that for me and I didn't have to do that, that was like a huge light bulb moment for me as well. And the fact when it came down to what it was, the three things that you talked about to even have a successful business, where you were just talking about you need to have new leads, and then you need to have, like an upsell, like down sales, and then you also, so different types of products, and then you also need to be able to sell to those leads, like existing customers. You need to be able to sell to those existing customers. And so that was a huge light bulb moment for me, because it was always kind of like, okay, help somebody with a financial product and then kind of check on them later, and just kind of cherish that, like our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so kind of like that was like the huge light bulb moment for me.
Yeah, great, awesome. And it so much is building that relationship
Yeah.
through technology. It's so crazy that,
Yeah.
I mean, I go, and I've been doing this my whole career, and you'll find this yourself. It does take some time. You're only in your fourth month, and that
Yes.
means from buying the like enrolling in the challenge the very first time, right? 4 months
Yes.
from that.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's not even 4 months of marketing yet. Like you're not even we were talking about your baby before the show. You're not even a baby yet. You're just a fetus, you're a fetus in this whole journey. Um, so yeah, there's this crazy phenomenon of being able to build a relationship with people through like video and email, and not even having to interact with them. And then you like meet people at an event, if you go to an event that is yours or not yours, and people are just like, "Hi Jessica, oh my god, I love your stuff, it's been so helpful, like, can I get a picture?" And you're like,
What?
"Who the heck are you?" And it's like
Yeah.
somebody who's been watching your videos, man, somebody who knows you, somebody who's been reading your email, somebody who's been following you. And you realize there's hundreds, there's thousands of people who feel that closely connected with you. And it's really a phenomenon that most people don't realize can happen at that level. So I encourage everybody to keep going, because people are, keep marketing, keep creating, no matter what business you're in, because people are watching and feeling connected to you. You don't know it though. They're not always writing back to you, every
Right.
video saying, "Boy, that really strengthened my relationship with you." I mean, they are there. And I'm sure you've sensed and felt that a little bit, even through your initial stages of growth, which congratulations for getting launched. You're launched. You're in the early stages of building your social media, your traffic sources, and you've set up your funnels, etc. What was it like to finally go live? All this excitement, all this energy, and then now it's time to actually hit record and hit post. What was that like for you?
Yeah, so that wasn't so bad, just because before I did the financial industry, I had an MLM that I did for 2 years. And so going to like record myself, it was kind of just getting back into recording myself, just because I haven't done it in a long time. Because after I joined the financial industry, I just kind of like put that down. And so, yeah, that wasn't so bad for me to kind of press record, but just kind of figuring out on like, it's not just like pressing record. You have to have like the right lighting. You have to have like words that you can fit, between your content. And so that was kind of the, like figuring out that I had to do, because I was like, oh, you don't just like talk and put words like right in front of like you can put them up here, you can put them down here. And so kind of figuring that out and how to actually create content and create it well was a lot more challenging, I guess you could say. It's not just like press record and here we go and we're going to get a whole bunch of followers. That's not how it works.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can mix content, both content that you're talking in,
Yeah.
content that you're not talking in, and you're using captions in that content, or just writing a caption right on the
Yeah.
content. That's where your copywriting skills come in, and your ability to be able to, which I think is something that you've been honing in on and focusing. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. So I've been really honing in on like copywriting just because I just want the person that's reading the copyright just to be able to connect as well as possible. So that way, they're like, they read it and they're like, oh, like that's my story. Like she's telling my story.
Mhm.
And so that's what I've just been trying to really hone in on, especially in my emails. I've been putting a ton of effort into my emails, like probably writing an email and taking an hour on one single email, just trying to, relay my story and be able to have it sound like not like I'm just talking to, many people. I want to just have it like talk to just like that one person, connect
Mm,
with that one person. So,
yeah. And you know, this is really this is really one of the skills to learn. We teach this in our curriculum. We hone in on this in our affiliate marketing business blueprint, because it's quite a skill to
yeah.
understand that writing marketing copy is much different than your typical, English essay or book, novel, letter that you're
Mhm.
writing to your friend. I mean, you really need to understand the psychology of people and how to use words to get their attention, to stop their scroll. Nowadays, I mean, there's specific actions that you need to do, and you can think about those actions as you're writing the copy. I need to do something, write something, them to see or read something immediately when they hit my video to make them stop the scroll. Then I need to hook them with
Yes.
some sort of benefit promise, saying something, and when I say promise, what you're going to learn in this video, like here's what I'm going to teach you in this video, or did you know, some sort
Mhm.
of curiosity based statement. Um, and then you need to deliver on that, whether it be through your written, this can be very easily done through you know text right on your video, without you even saying anything. Think about it. I mean, personal trainers nowadays are outlining their workouts just right
Yeah.
on the video, right in text. Five bicep. Here's my workout for XYZ results. 5 bicep curls, 5
Yeah.
push-ups, 5 pull-ups. Right. So you can do that. Here's how to. Here's a list of companies that have affiliate programs in this particular niche. Right. I mean, you can list out things. You can deliver value, whether you're talking or whether you're writing. And the benefit of writing the copy right on your video and just having you in the background, or something, we call it B-roll, where you're not
Mhm.
speaking to the camera, B-roll, some sort of video of you sitting there at your computer washing dishes or combing your hair or whatever. The benefit of that is somebody's going to pause your video, save your video, replay your video over and over again. And that shows, say it's on Instagram, that, man, this video is valuable. People like this. Keep pushing this out. That's how they determine if a video is valuable, if people are saving it. So we've said this before on the show, but I want to keep saying it. You want to create videos that not only are persuasive, but your copy needs to come into play really at the beginning of the video to make them stop the scroll. Then you need to deliver on the value. You need to
Yeah.
deliver something that's valuable enough that they're going to want to save it. because if they do save it, that's the ultimate sign to the social media platform that it's valuable. And then you need to give a solid, clear call to action for them to do something. Follow for more, comment down below for more. How have you used call to actions, and actually what else would you add to what I just said to both build audience, but also then to get them wanting more, to eventually turn them into a lead where they give you their email address and enter into your actual funnel?
Yeah, so what I do is I always put like follow on the video just because I feel like people need to be told what to do. So I put
Agree.
follow on the video, and then I always kind of like, I have usually like if it's a text on screen, I'll have like my hook. So then that way they want to know more, and then I'll put follow, and then usually I'll have like, the information like the meat and potatoes in the caption, because we want them to go to the caption. If they're not going to the caption, then they're probably just not going to press follow. So you want people to go to the caption first. And then I usually have another little hook in the caption area, and then I share my story, just a little short part of like me, like who I am, and then I go into the meat and potatoes of what it is that I'm talking about in that specific video, if that makes sense. And
It
then
it
usually
does.
I put on the bottom of that caption too, follow for more, or if you want to learn more about what it is that I'm doing, I created a step-by-step ebook, comment ebook, and I will get that, sent over to you.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're right. The caption is a wonderful place, and it's a place that more and more marketers are taking advantage of, being able to write out a
Yeah.
lengthy. It's
Mhm.
almost like being able to write out a mini email right there.
Yes.
Right down in the caption, and that is giving a lot of content creators the ability to not have to put now in your video. You don't have to do so much. You don't
Yeah.
have to make a long video. Your video can even be a couple of seconds short, just enough to get their attention, to build some curiosity, and then to point down below and say, read the caption below if you want to know
Right.
how, or if you want to learn. Um, and that's that. Now you just got to write, and that's where
Yeah.
copywriting comes in, right? Because now your video is just a big billboard. It's just something to get people's attention, to tell them what they're going to learn in the caption. I love that, and that's a huge nugget. That's a platinum boulder right there for anybody who needed some platinum this morning. That was some platinum with a bunch of little diamonds, right on top of it. Just a reminder of really the simpler the better, right? And
Yes.
also speed of implementation for you yourself to be able to get something out fast and not have to spend all day. I think so many people who are getting started spend so much time agonizing over their videos,
Yeah.
and what you're laying out here is a way to just get a simple video that mainly just has the hook in the promise, with a call to action, some sort of a, hey, here's what you're going to learn, with a call to action to read the caption. And that allows you to, right? Money
Yeah.
loves speed, success loves
Mhm.
speed. And the faster we get stuff out, that's a great way to get out more pieces of content. You must Speed must be important to you. Efficiency must be important to you. You're a new mom, you're busy. Um, what other sort of speed? I mean, talk to us about efficiency. Talk to us about time management. Talk to us about something else that saved you time that you were taking too long at first, thinking that it was important, that it was, but you realized it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm actually a mom of two. So I do have a 5-year-old daughter as well. She's in kindergarten. She graduates tomorrow.
Mm.
But anyways, so for me, I noticed like I really wanted to talk at first. Like talking is something that I love. Like I just love to be able to connect to people. I feel like people can connect to me when I'm talking. But a lot of my talking videos, they would do well. But then that's why I started adding, something in there that was just kind of like a billboard. just because it's just something that's easy, it's quick. And when it comes to time management, what I usually do is I usually like time block my day. So if I don't have a lot of time, what I will do, especially when I go to bed, is I'll create the video and then I will edit it before I go to bed. So then that way when it's ready, like it's ready to post when I wake up. So I don't have to like scramble to, to get something ready. And I noticed that that's just been able to help me too, as well as far. And then there's other things that I usually do to kind of time block my day as well. Like when my daughter gets home, I'll focus more on my daughter. And then, as she's doing something that she wants to do, then I'll go back and I will try to create another video. And so I've been doing a lot of like B-roll videos. So I've been doing just a lot of videos that's recording our day, right? And then just adding an extension on to our day, because that's really, I feel like as a content creator, that's what you should be doing. Like people want to know, what are you doing, right? Especially for B-roll. Like don't make it complicated. Like just record a video of you, drinking your coffee, or of you playing with your daughter or your son or whatever the case may be. And then just, leave room for the text up here if you're doing just a B-roll video. Or if you want to talk, go somewhere in a quiet place. And I've noticed that your talking videos don't need to be as long as you think. Like you can talk for about 15 to 20 seconds and then say the rest in the caption too.
Yeah.
As well, just to kind of like hook them in.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
What have you learned about yourself through this journey of, entrepreneurship, but also over the last 4 months of transitioning a lot of your business online and learning the skills here at Legendary and then testing them out in the marketplace? What have you learned about Jessica?
Well, I've learned to be patient. Patient is everything. And there's a lot out there that makes it sound like, you join or you do something and it's going to be like those instant results. And it's not going to be those instant results. It's going to take time. It's going to take, most importantly, it's going to take time for you to grow. Actually figure out what it is that you're doing. How are you going to relay your message? And figure out who you are, figure out your message too, as well. So when it comes down to it, I've really just focused on being patient, but enjoying the process too. And when there's times that adversity, let that adversity like remold and make me into the next person, that I need to be able to hit that milestone that I want to hit as well. Because I feel like you cannot, I think I read this from a book once, but you cannot go to the next chapter of your life unless you let go of something, in that first chapter. It's going to take a new person, to go into that chapter 2 or chapter 3. And by the time we get to chapter 30, you're going to just be this transformation. Like the transformation is just going to be unrecognizable. And so it's a process that we have to go through.
Yeah. Man, that was very wise. That was that was a boulder. That was another.
Well, thank you. It came from all of the podcasts that I've listened to in the past and still listen to. I think mindset is huge. Like if you don't have the right mindset, like it doesn't matter. Like you're gonna, like, even for me, for example, like when I first started in, in the financial industry, like I had quick results, but my mindset just wasn't there. So I didn't hang on to those results as long as I wanted to. And so if your mindset is up here, you usually get results like up here. It's never like, you always got to become the person first. You don't really get results and then you become the person. You have to become the person, then you will get results. Always, always.
And that sounds familiar.
Yes. And I think you may have said that within your $1 million mindset tips too.
Yeah.
Within the blueprints. That's like
for
cool.
sure. Oh man, just pure gold, pure gold. It's really, it is the most important part of your business is developing the mindset. And you don't, I want people to just understand too that listening to things is good. You also have to develop that through implementing. You learn, you develop it through doing, not just listening. So you got to get out of learning mode and into launch mode. You got to do that every day. Every day you're going to have the tendency to want to go into learning mode because it's safe there. It's safe learning where you're not actually putting any skin in the game. You're not actually taking any risks, right? You develop character, you learn lessons, you develop your mindset through taking risk, bottom line. And if you're not taking any risk, putting yourself out there, creating, making things public, being vulnerable, like that's taking risk. I don't mean financial, although that's a risk too. Like anytime you spend money, it's a risk, right? You could spend $50,000 to $100,000 on a college degree. That's a big risk, right? Because are you even going to use the degree, right? Are you even going to go into the same field as your degree is in? Are you going to are you even going to be good at the job? Like, are you going to end up liking it for the rest of your life or want to change after 5 years? Everything's a risk. You know, you're going to buy your fiance a big diamond ring. Well, the marriage might not work out. Okay. Right? I mean, but you're gonna go into debt buying that ring or spend all your savings buying that ring. Well, that's called love, man. That's love. You risk it all. You risk it all. That if you didn't, it wouldn't mean anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so there's no like guarantees. Okay, honey, imagine this. Okay, honey, I'm gonna go spend $10,000. All the savings that I've got a savings account that you don't know about or whatever. And I just need to know that if I go and spend this money and give you this ring, because once I give you this ring, it's yours. It's yours. I mean, you get to take it with you. And you're probably going to give me in exchange a gold ring with about 5 grams of gold that's going to be probably, $1,000 or $500. You're going to take this ring and I mean, you could leave me. You could leave me a year down the road and use the ring to put a down payment on your new house with your new boyfriend. I need a guarantee. That would be stupid, right? Nobody does that.
Yeah.
So everything, especially starting a business, is a risk. You got to take risk. That's where the beautiful thing is once you start getting in the game and you're listening to podcasts, you're listening to shows, you're listening to Wake Up Legendary, you can relate to what people are saying. And that's where you begin to feel support in the inspiration to keep going. Right. Because you're like, oh, I'm not the only one. Oh, I'm not a troll. I'm not a failure. I'm not the only one who's over here under the struggle bridge, like an old dusty troll. Well, I'm struggling. You feel so alone sometimes in this game.
Yes.
But you're not. And when you start taking action and you start listening to other entrepreneurs who have fought through things, you realize, wow, I'm not alone. And then you get inspiration to keep going. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, that definitely resonates with me. Just because I always just teach myself, like, be a student. I feel like if you're not a student, then you're just not growing. And so always keeping that mindset of, plugging in. There's a lot of times where I'm always plugging into Wake Up Legendary and I'm just like, oh, I can relate to that person. Like, I'm not the only one. And you're not the only one. If you're out there and you're thinking you're the only one that's going through this, I promise you, you're not the only one. You just aren't.
Well, hey, thank you for the time, Jessica. Thank you for the boulders of wisdom that you've left given us this morning. I'm really excited about watching your journey. You've got the right mindset. You're learning the skills. Like, you're going to be on fire. This is just the beginning for you.
Yes.
And I'm serious. I don't have a crystal ball. And I'm not like, I'm not like a prophet or anything, but I've been doing this long enough to know when somebody's like on the track, to be able to really have some awesome accomplishments. And you are on that track. So no, it's not going to happen fast, but if you keep doing what you're doing with the mindset, it's going to happen, and it's already happening. And you're giving us so much inspiration and education just this morning in the time that we've been together. So go back with your baby and your business and your family and your life, and know that you have delivered immense impact and value with us this morning. Stay legendary, my friend, and come back and see me again real soon. Okay?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
All right, Jessica, talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. All right, my friends, you can find Jessica over at Empower with Jess. She's on TikTok and Instagram. You can find her over there, follow her, learn from her, support her, all the things. This is just about support, learning from each other, lifting each other up. And that is exactly what we need to be doing with her and everybody else inside of our community. Now, I want to make a quick announcement. We are transitioning a lot of you have been asking. We've been transitioning a lot of our text, or we're going to be transitioning our text message alerts over to this this new service right on Facebook. And I just put the link right in the chat. You can click on that link. It'll open up your messenger. I'm also showing it on the screen, but obviously it looks like a big jumbled mess on the screen. You can get a quick reminder and a link to Wake Up Legendary each morning through Messenger. Okay, so you can join there. And I'll copy that whole text once again right in the comments. So you can, click that link right in the morning, and you can get a reminder right on Messenger. This is an effort for us to try to find a service that's better, that's more reliable, that's more cost effective, and it's free. It's right on Facebook. Okay, so it's also something that you can use as well. Our former text messaging service was literally tens of thousands of dollars a month, or somewhere around there. It was like $10,000+ a month. It was we had hundreds, thousands of people, tens of thousands. I don't know how many exactly, but tons of you were on there. And so we're always finding tools. Shout out to Joanne, always finding new methods to be able to market and communicate. This one is completely free for us, and it's going to be effective for you too. So click that link. I just put it inside of the chat, and it is right directly through Facebook Messenger. Okay. All right, my friends, go ahead and get started with our programs, our 5-day challenge, recently revised, new, ready for you to go through. You can find all about our programs, our education courses right at legendarymarketer.com/enroll. ENROLL, legendarymarketer.com/enroll. And with that being said, thanks again to Jessica. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another episode. Get out of here. Appreciate you all. Peace.